At around 7:30 a.m. in the morning, some of the used weapons and used remains of the Second World War have been discovered by the construction workers. Those items were found near this pillar when this area was dug about 2.5 feet under.
These items are believed to have been left by soldiers of the Allied forces fighting the Battle of Imphal in 1944. Officials claim that there was a camp of the Allied forces in the Kanchipur hills near the area.
Around Second World War में 1941 में 1 year above.
वो तो सामान है कौन लेके गए?
और जो हमने वो जो ये MU सब स्टूडेंट वाले के आया उसने रिपोर्ट दिया और कवा पुलिस स्टेशन में चला गया.
The authorities are expected to examine the recovered relics further. Historical experts will likely authenticate and possibly preserve the items.
Time to take a break. Coming up ahead, US President Donald Trump announces massive trade agreement with Japan, announces 15% tariffs from imports from the country. Also, US President Donald Trump pulls out of the UNESCO for the second time. Details on those big stories and much more after a short break.
भारत की अपनी दुकान इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना. MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का.
MDH की देगी मिर्च.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे. केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार. विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी.
The United States has officially withdrawn from UNESCO for the second time. The move follows an earlier executive order by President Donald Trump, which cut the funding to several UN agencies, including UNESCO, a quiet signal of what was to come. Now, US State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce has confirmed the decision, saying that the withdrawal is permanent. Here is the full story.
So I've always felt that the UN has tremendous potential. It's not living up to that potential right now. It really isn't. Hasn't for a long time. It has. There are great hopes for it, but it's not being well run, to be honest. And they're not doing the job. A lot of these conflicts that we're working on should be settled, or at least we should have some help in settling them. We never seem to get help. That should be the primary purpose of the UN, the United Nations. And again, it's got great potential, and based on the potential, we'll continue to go along with it, but we got to get their act together.
The United States of America has officially withdrawn from UNESCO. Earlier this year, President Trump issued an executive order cutting funding to several UN agencies, including UNESCO, the UNHRC and UNRWA, foreshadowing today's decision. The US State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce took to social media to confirm that the United States is permanently pulling out of UNESCO. She reiterated President Trump's reasoning, stating that like many UN bodies, UNESCO has strayed from its founding mission. This isn't the first time President Trump voiced his dissatisfaction with the United Nations. Back in 2017, he made his views clear during his address to the General Assembly. Listen in.
Yet in recent years, the United Nations has not reached its full potential because of bureaucracy and mismanagement. While the United Nations on a regular budget has increased by 140% and its staff has more than doubled since 2000, we are not seeing the results in line with this investment. But I know that under the Secretary General, that's changing, and it's changing fast, and we've seen it. That's why we commend the Secretary General and his call for the United Nations to focus more on people and less on bureaucracy.
What lies ahead for the United Nations and its agencies remains uncertain. But one thing is clear when it comes to the US under President Trump: predictability is off the table.
And on to the other big story. US President Donald Trump has announced new trade deals with Japan and the Philippines, setting tariffs on goods imported from both the nations. Now, these agreements come just ahead of a 1st of the August deadline for the countries to finalize trade deals with the United States or risk facing higher tariffs. Here's a report.
United States President Donald Trump announced that he had made the largest deal ever with Japan that involves reciprocal tariffs of 15% on the country's export to the United States.
I said to the Japanese trade representatives, and these were the top people, we concluded the one deal, Doug, and now we're going to conclude another one because they're forming a joint venture with us in Alaska, as you know, for the LNG. So I said we'll all do that together with Chris. Is Chris here? I don't know. Chris, right? If you could set that up, Doug, it would be great. But they're all set to make that deal now, so I think it's good. This was really the one they had to make, and we're going to make a deal with Japan on the LNG in Alaska, right? Okay, thank you very much.
In his tariff letter that was sent out to Japan earlier this month, Donald Trump had threatened 25% tariff on the country's exports to the United States from August 1st. That is 1 percentage point higher from the 24% rate announced during his April 2nd Liberation Day tariffs. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump also announced trade agreements with the Philippines and Indonesia, with both countries facing a 19% tariff rate on goods imported into the United States.
We're going to end up in a few months, we'll have more ammunition than any country has ever had. We're going to have more missiles than any country has ever had. We're going to have all the speedy missiles. We'll have the speedy ones, the slow ones, the accurate ones, the ones that are slightly less accurate. We have everything. But we will have more ammunition than any country has ever had. It's very important to me.
The agreement marks significant breakthrough in trade negotiations, with Donald Trump stating that the deals are a huge win for American industries and workers.
We are taking a short break, but coming up ahead, in the United States, over 20 Democrat-ruled states have sued the Trump administration over frozen after-school and summer program funding. Also ahead of the Parliament session beginning at 11, the BCCI will be covered like other federations in the National Sports Governance Bill that is set to be introduced in Parliament today. Details on big stories and much more after a short break.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates: IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
मैं तनु क्या सी कि अब हमें सेकंड इनकम बिल्ड कर लेनी चाहिए और तुमने वापस म्यूचुअल फंड में पैसे डाल दिए।
ये फिक्स्ड इनकम म्यूचुअल फंड्स है।
मतलब
फिक्स्ड इनकम म्यूचुअल फंड्स मतलब चुने हुए इंटरेस्ट बेयरिंग कंपनी बॉन्ड्स, गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स और मनी मार्केट विच इन्वेस्टमेंट मतलब रेगुलर इनकम विच वी कैन विड्रॉ फ्रॉम टाइम टू टाइम।
मतलब म्यूचुअल फंड में फिक्स्ड इनकम वाली बात सही है।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
Major development in the United States. More than 20 Democrat-led states have filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration on over frozen funding for after-school and summer programs. The government is accused of withholding $6 billion in federal grants, with officials claiming that these funds were being used to promote what they call was a radical left-wing agenda. Here's a report.
Trump administration has kicked up a fresh storm in the US. Over 20 Democrat-ruled states in the US have sued the Trump administration for sitting on federal funds meant to support after-school and summer day camp program. The Trump government has withheld more than $6 billion in federal grants, alleging that they were used to support a radical left-wing agenda. The money was passed by Congress and set to be released to states on July 1st, but the administration said it was holding it back amid a review. The grants also funded English language instruction, adult literacy, and more. According to a joint lawsuit filed by the Democratic states, many low-income families will lose access to after-school programs if the money isn't released soon. In some US states, school starts in late July and early August. Led by California, the suit alleges that withholding the money violates the Constitution and several federal laws.
Time to take a break. Coming up ahead, opposition is going to raise a special intensive revision electoral issue in Bihar in the parliament today. India leaders to stage a protest at 10:30 a.m. Details on that big story and much more after a short break.
भारत की अपनी दुकान इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना। MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार, विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
from Asia's largest news headquarters. Setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
A very good morning. Well, I'm breaking. I'm Shubhangi Shukla getting you the latest coming in. Okay, so it's day 3 of the Parliament monsoon session and we can expect debates on multiple issues. Already over 200 MPs have submitted a motion to impeach Justice Verma. That is one of the top stories we're tracking right now on Republic TV. The headlines first. Speculation grows over Dhankar's impeachment move leading to his resignation. Opposition points fingers at the BJP. All right, getting some big updates coming in right now, viewers. We're going to know that US President Trump has once again said that he stopped a potential nuclear war between India and Pakistan. Speaking at a public event, we see that Trump has said that both countries were on the brink of conflict, with fighter jets being shot down in back and forth exchange. He added that he warned both nations of cutting off trade if the escalation continues, taking credit for de-escalation. Okay, big update coming in right now. Trump once again has said that he was the one who stopped that conflict between India and Pakistan. That is right. Not the first time that he has made such a statement. And once again, the claim has come in. He has repeated the India-Pakistan claim and has said that both countries were on the brink of a conflict with fighter jets being shot down in a back and forth exchange. He added that he warned both nations of cutting off trade if the escalation continued, taking credit for de-escalating the situation. So there's some back-to-back updates coming in here on Republic TV. And this is coming in as we see that he has made the statement that he was the one who mediated a truce between the two nuclear-armed countries. This is not the first time that he has claimed credit. It's in fact multiple times he's claimed credit for stopping the conflict between India and Pakistan. India and Pakistan, he says the conflict was stopped using a trade deal as a tool, he claimed, without naming the country that the country was at the receiving end, that 5 jets were downed in the India-Pakistan conflict. So, in fact, he has made multiple claims like this in the past as well. Let's go ahead and play out that statement of Donald Trump and his White House press secretary.
Today, Japan and the Philippines. We just did the Philippines today also. A good deal. We have stopped wars between India and Pakistan, the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda. That was going on for 30 years. And by the way, India-Pakistan was probably going to end up in a nuclear war if they kept, they shut down 5 planes. Today, Japan and the Philippines. We just did the Philippines today also. A good deal. We have stopped wars between India and Pakistan, the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda. That was going on for 30 years. And by the way, India-Pakistan was probably going to end up in a nuclear war if they kept, they shut down 5 planes.
Getting some big updates coming in right now. Indian International Charanpreet Singh was reportedly attacked by a group of 5 men wielding metal knuckles or sharp objects. 1 man has been arrested while police continue searching for the others. CCTV footage is being reviewed and authorities urge anyone with information to come forward. Big update coming in right now, viewers, on Republic TV. And Indian student attacked in Australia. We'll try to get our viewers more updates as to what exactly has happened so far. The student was reportedly attacked by a group of 5 men. This is Charanpreet Singh, who was now attacked, now hospitalized after an alleged racist attack in Adelaide. The Indian international Charanpreet Singh was reportedly attacked by a group of 5 men. wielding metal knuckles or sharp objects. One man has been arrested while the police continue searching for the others. That is right. Now we will try to get our viewers more updates on this story. This is an Indian student coming in who has been attacked in Australia. Now, the media in Australia, they're reporting that the CCTV footage is being reviewed and the authorities are urging anyone with information to come forward with any information to crack this case. There's some back-to-back updates coming in right now on Republic TV, and on your screen you can see that picture of the injured Indian student. This is Charanpreet Singh. This is an alleged racist attack which is coming in from Australia now. And remember that we have seen such attacks in the past as well, where Indians have been attacked in multiple countries, and there has been a surge of racist attacks coming in from multiple countries. This is Australia, where this recent attack has been reported from, and the Indian student has been attacked with metal knuckles. So this is what the reports are coming in. The authorities in Australia are investigating the case. This is an Indian who was attacked. There's been a surge of attacks coming in. In fact, one of the attacks were reported recently when an Indian origin man was also brutally assaulted in Dublin. And just within that report coming in, one more report has come in of an Australia Indian man being attacked. We have seen that such incidents have been on the rise. Like we just said, a recent attack had come in of similar nature from Ireland, where we see that the parties there had condemned the attack as a racist hate crime. And just after that was reported, within 24 hours, one more case of an attack on an Indian. I want to go straight across to my colleague who's joining us right now. We have with us Tanisha. Tanisha, Indian student attacked in Australia. The authorities there are saying that they're looking at the CCTV footage is being reviewed, and authorities are urging anyone with information to come forward. But on the face of it, it does look like a racist attack.
Well, absolutely, Shivangi. Visuals clearly show that this is a racist attack. Now, the details of the attack is that the victim that we are seeing is 23-year-old. His name is Charanpreet Singh. He was with his wife, and this was near the Kintore Avenue around 9:22 p.m. on Saturday. That is the local time of there. It was on July 19 when he was reportedly ambushed by a group of 5 men, like we see on the video. Now, there are reports citing eyewitness accounts and social media footage that the assailants exited another vehicle armed with what appeared to be a metal knuckle or a sharp object. The couple had just parked their car to view the city's popular light displays when the attack happened. We, however, have no initial details on why the attack took place. There were racist slurs, abusive language that was used during the attack, and we're not showing it to our viewers because of the sensitivity of and the abusive slurs that were used against the Indian man. The men allegedly launched a violent assault without provocation, striking multiple times while hurling racist slurs. And this included what started as a minor parking dispute. Quickly, it escalated into a racially charged attack. So the initial details that are just coming in, Shivangi, are of that there was a small parking dispute, but that turned into a very ugly brawl that ended up in racist slurs. The assault had left the Indian man, unconscious on the road, with reports confirming that he suffered extremely serious injuries, including facial fractures and a suspected brain trauma. Now, emergency services, like you were pointing out, have responded swiftly and transported him to the hospital where he is receiving the overnight treatment. Indian Embassy has yet not issued a statement, and the statement of the Ministry of External Affairs here in India is also awaited. Shivangi.
All right, thank you for joining us with those details. And it's reported that Singh was left with, he was unconscious, you can see there, with serious injuries, including facial fractures and brain trauma after being attacked in Australia. Thank you for getting us those details, Tanisha. We're tracking the story, and authorities are also looking for the culprits in this case. Let's move ahead right now to some of the other stories we're tracking on Republic TV. And we're learning that Akhilesh Yadav has held a party meet in Parliament Mosque, BJP to protest in Parliament today over the mosque politics. That's right. Back to everything's coming in right now, viewers, on Republic TV. Now, as we kick off the day 3, which will begin very soon of the monsoon session, this will be day 3 today from 11 a.m. onwards, when both the houses of the Parliament will once again resume, and we can expect many developments coming in. Amidst all this, we are learning that BJP to protest, and today Akhilesh holds party meet in Parliament Mosque. I really want to go ahead right now to my colleague who's joining us. We have with us Harsha. Harsha, thank you for joining us right now. We're getting many updates coming in. We already have seen that the Uttarakhand Waqf Board has slammed Akhilesh Yadav for using mosque for political purposes, and that is what even the BJP has been saying. The BJP will be protesting in Parliament over what they are saying mosque politics by Akhilesh Yadav.
So, Shivangi, we very well know that there's a Bihar election, and yesterday, after the Parliament got adjourned at around 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon, Akhilesh Yadav, along with the party MPs, straight went to the mosque, which is next to the Parliament, and it is called the Parliament Mosque itself. So many MPs go there. Many MPs go there to perform namaz during Friday as well. But this was Akhilesh Yadav going with chairing a political party meeting there for not almost 5-10 minutes, but he was there good 30 minutes. And now BJP Muslim Bunch wing has now expressed anger over it by stating that mosque is not a place to do a party politics, and mosque is not a place where Akhilesh Yadav should be holding the party meeting. And that is the reason why at 11 a.m. today, all the BJP leaders of the Muslim Bunch wing will be visiting the Parliament Mosque and will be holding a protest against Akhilesh Yadav for the mosque politics. This is what BJP has to say, that Akhilesh Yadav has stooped so low for the vote bank politics that now he is using mosque for his party politics. Back to you.
That is right, Harsha. Thank you for getting those details. BJP to protest today over mosque politics. They're saying that Akhilesh Yadav is participating in mosque politics, especially after Akhilesh Yadav held a party meet in Parliament Mosque. The BJP will be protesting in Parliament today over mosque politics. Let's go ahead, viewers. Speaking about the Parliament, there's a big update which had come in. Election Commission has flagged massive issues in the Bihar's voter list during its special intensive revision exercise. EC has says over 18 lakh deceased voters and 26 lakh shifted electors and 7 lakh duplicate entries have been identified amid legal scrutiny in Supreme Court hearings. The Commission is defending the SIR as vital for cleansing the electoral roll and ensuring free and fair elections. Now, this is coming in at the backdrop of the opposition demanding discussion on the SIR issue. So the EC has flagged major discrepancies in Bihar's electoral rolls revealed from its controversial special intensive revision, which, by the way, the opposition has been protesting against. The ongoing survey, EC said, has revealed that 18 lakh deceased electors, 26 lakh electors who had been shifted to different constituencies, and 7 lakh electors who had been enrolled at 2 places. Okay, let's go straight across to my colleague who's joining us. We have with us Gopi joining us live from our newsroom. Gopi, this is very important, because the EC is going ahead and saying that the SIR has voters and who are not either alive or they duplicate names, or they have been shifted to different constituencies, and that is why the SIR was important. And this is coming in before we can expect a debate which will be demanded by the opposition in the Parliament today. Yes.
Well, in fact, Shivangi, there are major discrepancies which are emerging. In fact, you can see yesterday a press release was, the press release which was released by the ECI had mentioned how many voters were missing, how many voters were dead. And from this, you can realize that ECI has also given a statement that they are not going to, this is not going to affect the vulnerable and marginalized communities. In fact, they are reaching out to every possible person who resides in the state of Bihar. But the data which has emerged post the survey which has been done by ECI is extremely shocking, wherein 18 lakh voters are deceased. They had in fact filed a counter counter affidavit on July 21st, and the next hearing is scheduled for July 28th. So all eyes would be towards what emerges at the Supreme Court on 28th. While also, let's tell our viewers, there was another controversy which revolves around SIR, which is identifying a person through Aadhaar card. Now, as per Article 367, Aadhaar card is only indicative. It is not an exhaustive. This is a statement which has been given by the ECI, where they have mentioned that Aadhaar card cannot be the only document from which we would be able to identify that that particular resident is the citizen of India or not. So ECI has given all the response in the form of a counter affidavit which has been filed on July 21st. All eyes would be towards what happens at the Supreme Court on July 28th.
That is right. Thank you for joining us, Gopi, with all those details. We're counting down to day 3 of the monsoon session, and all these important developments are happening. In fact, let's go to the next story. Day 3 of the monsoon session is set to witness today a political flashpoint. The opposition will raise the SIR issue, like we were discussing in Parliament today, and a protest march from Makkar Dwar to Vijay Chowk also planned once again today, like it was yesterday, around 10:30 a.m. Meanwhile, the Indie Bloc leaders will hold a key meeting at 10 a.m. to chalk out their strategy for the day 3 of the monsoon session. That is right. Now, yesterday we already saw the Parliament, a lot of ruckus, chaos, after the opposition had created ruckus over the ongoing voter roll revision in Bihar. And to get us a snapshot of what we can expect on day 3, let's go straight across to my colleague. Shambhavi is joining us live. Yes, Shambhavi, yesterday we saw a lot of debates, a lot of washout of proceedings. What is on agenda today? We know that the opposition and the Congress will once again go ahead and hold their protest before the Parliament kicks off.
Well, definitely every day it is something or the else. On day 1, they have created ruckus over discussing about Operation Sindoor and what led to Pahalgam attack. The next day it was regarding the Vice President's sudden resignation, and today it is the SIR, the Special Intensive Revision of the Electoral Roll in Bihar. And the opposition is coming on very strong. I think on the agenda, this is one of the main things that they're going to discuss in their meeting, about how they're going to corner the government and going to ask questions, because according to them, this whole process of the electoral roll in Bihar is just a very political strategic move to eliminate the sections of the society which do not vote for BJP or the central government. They are the ones, so they're comparing it with colonial era disfranchisement. So this is going to be definitely very interesting to see how they're going to use this as yet another agenda today. Back to you.
That is right. Thank you for joining us, Shambhavi, with all those details. And we are waiting for the Parliament session to kick off. Let's move ahead right now, because remember, the SIR, the electoral roll revision in Bihar, is in full swing ahead of the state assembly polls. Efforts are intensified to ensure all eligible electors are included in the draft of electoral rolls to be published on August 1st. Meanwhile, the opposition MLAs in Bihar reached the assembly wearing black dresses to protest against electoral rolls revision in the state and created ruckus in the House over the issue. Here is a full story, viewers.
The electoral roll revision is in full swing in Bihar ahead of the state assembly polls. In the ongoing SIR in Bihar, efforts have been intensified to ensure all eligible electors are included in the draft electoral roll to be published on August 1st, 2025. As per Election Commission, 97.30% of existing electors have given their enumeration form, and 51 lakh voters have been removed from electoral roll in the state. Meanwhile, politics over the electoral roll revision continues as opposition staged stir in Bihar Assembly as well as in the Parliament. On Tuesday, opposition MLAs in Bihar reached the assembly wearing black dress to protest against intensive revision of electoral rolls in the state. Within less than half an hour of commencement at 11 a.m., Speaker Nand Kishore Yadav adjourned the proceedings. This, as the opposition MLAs created chaos. Many standing inside the well came in the way of conducting the question hour. RJD leader Tejasvi Yadav said that their objective is to adjourn the proceedings so that a special discussion on electoral roll revision can take place.
लोगों में कंफ्यूजन है और किस तरीके से चुनाव आयोग का पूरा प्रोसेस जो है कितनी गड़बड़ियां हो रही है। बिना वोटर के ही जो BLO जो है फॉर्म साइन करके अंगूठा लगा के अपलोड कर रहे हैं। इंडिया अलायंस के सभी साथियों ने कार्य स्थगन प्रस्ताव लाने का काम किया ताकि इस पे विशेष तौर पे चर्चा जो है कराई जाए ताकि सही बात जो है वो निकल करके आए।
Legislators of the RJD, Congress and the left staged a demonstration in front of the main entrance to the assembly, donned in black, raising slogans against SIR. Tejasvi Yadav slammed the Election Commission, saying that their job is to conduct elections impartially, not act as a wing of a party.
Viewers, this is the story of 2-year-old Kaashvi who is battling spinal muscular atrophy type 2. This is a rare genetic disorder that weakens muscles, works slowly to degenerate critical functions, and eventually makes independent mobility impossible for this little toddler. And this little toddler urgently needs 16 crore rupees gene therapy to survive. Kaashvi's parents are turning to you as they continue to fight tirelessly for her life. They need help of every Indian. Donations and shares can make a difference, viewers, in Kaashvi's fight for a chance at a normal life. This is her story. Spread the word. Contribute whatever you can. Every contribution counts.
This is 2 years, 8-month-old Kaashvi.
और अच्छे से
A bundle of joy, all heart, all laughter. She is full of color, full of life. She's learning, playing, making memories. A childhood just beginning to bloom. But sometimes behind the brightest smiles, there lies a quiet shadow of something devastating. Within months, her world could change. Her muscles may stop responding. Her breath could grow weaker. Her little body might slowly shut down. This is what her future could look like. She's just 2 years, 8 months old, a smile too bright, a heart so brave, and a mind very sharp. But what's chasing her is relentless. Spinal muscular atrophy, a rare degenerative neuromuscular disease. It slowly takes away the ability to move, eat, speak, and even breathe.
What exactly was her age when you found out about this genetic disorder that she has?
So she was like 2.7 years old. Like it was detected last month in 23rd of June. Yeah, so with 23rd of June we came to know when the reports were out. So we went to a doctor and then she said like this, she is suffering from SMA and that is type 2.
Kaashvi is already fighting. Her muscles are growing weaker with every passing day.
Keshav, what are the symptoms that she is facing after she is
discovered this genetic disorder. What are the kind of problems that she is going through after you found out that this is one of the disorder that she has?
Yeah, so luckily she didn't have any kind of. Previously she used to have a lot. Like she used to do coughing, and she used to catch cold, and every time so that was what she used to face previously. Right now, her symptoms is
if she's sitting in a position, she will keep on sitting on that. She will request us that she wants to stand. She wants to play with other kids. So
yeah, she wants to say like I need to stand, I need to walk, okay, please help me to walk, like those, like in her these things she says like that.
She wants to do it, but her body is not supporting to do that.
Yeah,
but there is still a ray of hope, and it lies in one of the most advanced gene therapies in the world. It is called Zolgensma. Zolgensma replaces the faulty gene that causes SMA. A single infusion that treats the root of the disease, not just the symptoms. If given on time, this therapy can stop the disease before it causes irreversible damage. Children who received it early walked again, talked again, laughed again.
There are many doctors that you have consulted. What are they saying? What is the demand? What is the need that Kaashvi, what is the help actually that Kaashvi needs to get her childhood back?
What they are saying is we don't have any cure for this disease at this moment, but there is a preventive thing. So basically, like if we have there are two options only for her at this moment available in India. So one is Zolgensma, so that is a one-time gene therapy, and it costs around 16 CR at this moment. It includes shipping and all these things, customs and all,
tax, GST, everything included.
Kaashvi deserves hers too, but time is running out. Zolgensma costs rupees 16 crore, and it must be given before Kaashvi turns 3. That's just 4 months away. She's fighting, but she can't do it alone.
We never thought that we have to do something like that. Like we contribute in Milap and everything.
I was thinking in that way, like why us, why me? So I thought like maybe we can do things for her. So that's why she came to us. So I was thinking in that way also. Yeah, but it's tough.
You can help Kaashvi win. You can help her walk. You can help her breathe, live and dream again. Scan to donate. Every second matters. Every rupee counts. So do your bit now.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना,
अपने देश का सामान,
इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना,
इंडिया सोना।
viewers, top headlines we're tracking right now. Speculation grows over Dhankar's impeachment move leading to his resignation. Opposition points fingers at the BJP. As per sources, Election Commission to soon initiate process to hold a vice presidential poll soon. In more updates, opposition to raise the special intensive revision electoral rolls in Bihar. Indie leaders to stage protest at 10:30 a.m. Prime Minister has embarked on a two-nation visit of UK and Maldives. Trade and ties main focus. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri says India-UK free trade agreement talks near completion. Last-minute work underway. Final details of the deal to be out soon. Receptionist was brutally kicked and slammed on the floor by a patient relative after she asked them to wait and meet the doctor at a clinic in Maharashtra's Thane.
To make that deal now, so I think it's good. This was really the one they had to make, and we're going to make a deal with Japan on the LNG in Alaska, right? Okay, thank you very much.
US President Trump announced a massive trade agreement with Japan and announced 15% tariffs on imports from the country.
And we start this edition with some breaking news that's coming in. Sources say that Rana Daggubati, the actor, sought time to appear before the Enforcement Directorate, and this is in connection with the betting app case. He sought the time to speak and appear before the Enforcement Directorate. The ED had summoned him and other actors as well to appear before questioning in the betting app case. So time is running out for the actor Rana Daggubati as he sought time to appear before the Enforcement Directorate. This is a case that goes to online betting scam case. Many actors and most of the South film industry actors had been summoned. Rana Daggubati was one of those. All right, Aneri, my colleague, is joining me live on the broadcast on that. Aneri, talk to us about what the case is all about and what all actors have been summoned in the case. We learned that this is about the online betting. What exactly are the nitty-gritties of the case?
Well, Tanisha, what we see is that actor Rana Daggubati has sought more time from the Enforcement Directorate to appear before it for questioning in connection with the betting app case. Earlier, there were many actors who were booked. Almost 29 Tollywood actors were booked in connection with this very betting app case, where it is being alleged that many of the people were falling a prey of in these betting apps, and they were said to be promoting these apps. And now the Enforcement Directorate has decided that there will be further questioning, and so Rana Daggubati was asked to appear before the Enforcement Directorate today. But then now Rana Daggubati has sought more time. He will be given a new date or not. That remains to be seen because there is no information has yet come in from the Enforcement Directorate. But yes, what we know is that now after Rana Daggubati, it's Prakash Raj on the 30th of July, and then Vijay Deverakonda on the 6th of August, Manchu Lakshmi on 13th of August in the coming days, who will be questioned. So will they be appearing or not before the Enforcement Directorate remains to be seen.
Right, Aneri, thank you very much for getting us those details. With that, we move across to some other breaking news that's coming. This is in regard with the Prime Minister's visit to the United Kingdom. Now, India and Britain will sign a free trade agreement on Thursday during the Prime Minister's visit to the United Kingdom, with New Delhi to ease tariffs on British whiskey, cars and some food items, and the United Kingdom offering duty-free access to Indian textiles and electric vehicles. The pact concluded in May after the 3 years of Shop Start talks should boost bilateral trade by removing numerous barriers and granting each country greater market access to other. It will also take effect after the British Parliament and the India's Federal Cabinet approve it, likely within a year. So a huge breakthrough that is expected after the Prime Minister's visit to the United Kingdom. Joining me on the broadcast is Madhav Nalapar, a geopolitical expert. Madhav Nalapar, very good morning to you. Thank you for joining us and speaking to Republic this morning. This is a classic case of where India is looking forward to sign a free trade deal agreement with the United Kingdom. On Prime Minister's agenda is also resetting of the bilateral ties. Madhav Nalapar, how do you see this development coming through?
I would like to say this is a very welcome development, and I think the Prime Minister and the UK Prime Minister signing this deal is very good news for both countries. It's good news for the UK, it's good news for India. And as far as electric cars are concerned, I think the concentration should be on made by India electric cars, not simply assembled in India, but made by India. And in India, there are domestic players who are well on the way to making very high quality electric vehicles. So I think this is also a big plus. Now, the Prime Minister has been talking about make in India, make by India, and I think this is coming true. And the FTA is proof of that. I'd also like to point out geopolitically, there's a very subtle lesson to the United States. The US is now, very unfortunately, bullying its own allies and trying to force them to sign entirely one-sided deals. The US was going to, delegations coming to India this month itself, and basically what they were offering was so ridiculously one-sided, it's laughable. The United States is not the king of the world. The United States cannot think of itself as basically dominating the world and forcing other countries, certainly not India, to do its whim. So we need a fair FTA with the US, as we have signed with the UK. And this is a lesson to the US. Sign a fair deal with India, because India is a very important geopolitical partner in the evolving situation in the Indo-Pacific. And you can't try and bully India into a totally one-sided trade deal.
Right,
this is in the past. The present is India and the US should sign a trade deal which is beneficial to both sides and not just to one side, which is the US side.
Right, sir. Madhav Nalapar, thank you very much for speaking to Republic this morning. Appreciate you joining us and sharing your views. With that, our next story is again from the United Kingdom, where an iconic piece of India-Britain cultural history is under threat. This as Prime Minister Modi heads to London to sign the free trade deal agreement. The legendary Viraswamy restaurant on the Regent Street, believed to be the United Kingdom's oldest Indian restaurant, is facing eviction. Founded in the year 1926 and nearing its 100th anniversary, Viraswamy has hosted everyone from Nehru to royalty and even earned a Michelin star. But now the Crown Estate, its landlord, wants it out to expand their lobby. A legal battle is underway, backed by over 17,000 signatures in protest. Can this century-old culinary landmark be saved? Here's the full story. This is Viraswamy versus the Crown Estate.
Viraswamy, a landmark of India and United Kingdom's shared cultural heritage.
It is the most famous Indian restaurant in the world. It is the first Indian restaurant in London, in the UK, and will be 100 years old next year. And it's a landmark. It's an institution. It's iconic.
From Jawaharlal Nehru to Sarojini Naidu to stars like Charlie Chaplin or the royalty, including Prince of Wales, all have visited Viraswamy in London.
I think I first went to Viraswamy's either in 1966 or 1967 with a relative. When I was informed, even then I think, that I was eating in an extremely important restaurant. And this was an iconic venue. Nehru had eaten there, Churchill had eaten there, and other sort of luminaries over this its long life.
It's not just one of the oldest Indian restaurants in the United Kingdom, but probably one of the best too, since it's a Michelin star restaurant. While Viraswamy is set to celebrate its 100th anniversary next year, the Crown Estate, a public body which manages the land belonging to the British Crown, has decided not to renew the lease of the restaurant.
I think it would be a great pity if the restaurant ceased to exist, because it's very much a kind of part of London. Because if you look at its genesis, to how it started to where it is now, it's evolved in the way the relationship between India and UK has evolved. So apart from that, it's kind of a piece of our history. And of course, from my point of view, that's extremely important. But equally important is the fact that it provides very authentic Indian food.
The Crown Estate is claiming that they would need Viraswamy's ground floor entrance, leaving the restaurant without any access, hence forcing it to close down. The iconic restaurant has approached the court. However, any relief from the court is a far-fetched outcome.
I've been a supplier to the restaurant and I've seen it from every angle. It is a loved institution. And what is so sad now is there is a chance that Viraswamy is going to have to move from a location it's been in for almost 100 years, just as it's about to celebrate its centenary, because Crown Estate, the landlords, wants to do something else with the property because of an entrance that needs to be enlarged.
Viraswamy's owners term the action against it as cultural vandalism and are surprised by the hesitance of the Crown Estate to come to any understanding with the restaurant with such a long legacy.
The idea that this cultural icon might no longer be with us is hard to imagine, and something that I think would represent, in a sense, an act of cultural vandalism, and something that I think we would all very, very deeply regret, those of us who care about the history of the unique association between this country.
Viraswamy's only hope is public support and government intervention.
The idea that its future is now uncertain is deeply upsetting. With all respect and sincerity, I urge the Crown Estate to look beyond contracts and commercial terms to truly see what this place means to families like mine.
While a petition to protect this cultural relic has amassed 17,000 signatures in London so far, will this be enough, or should the Indian government too step in for UK's and perhaps the world's oldest Indian restaurant?
It is part of London, of the fabric of London. To move it would be detrimental to London tourism, and to the attraction of London. So I cannot understand why the leadership of Crown Estate cannot see that this jewel in the crown cannot and should not be moved from where it is, and in fact should be appreciated to be part of the Crown Estate portfolio forever.
Focus to more breaking news that's coming in. The Congress has given an adjournment motion notice in Parliament over the SIR issue. This comes amid the Election Commission's flagging of massive discrepancies in Bihar's voter rolls. The opposition is escalating its attack, demanding answers on what it calls a favoured, suspicious revision exercise. These are the shots on your screen that we witnessed from the Bihar Assembly yesterday, where there was a black protest that was held by the opposition. Harsha, my colleague, is joining me live from the national capital. Harsha, stormy parliament session is expected today as well on the third day of the monsoon parliament session. The special intensive revision list says as one of the main agenda topics. What is the focus of the opposition today?
So, Tanisha, the focus of the opposition is today to take up the issue of the SIR, which is the special intensive revision, which is now the submissions have been made by ECI in the top court as well. The SIR exercise is complete by the Election Commission of India, but continuously opposition is stating that SIR should be quit because they clearly state that this is the prerogative of MHA to do the citizen exercise, not the prerogative of Election Commission of India. That is the reason why yesterday opposition party protested at Makardwar, and today also they have planned a march from Makardwar of the parliament to Vijay Chowk. And also today back-to-back Congress member of parliaments like Nasir Hussain, Ranjit Ranjan, Neeraj Tangi, Akhilesh Prasad Singh, and also J.B. Mathur. There are almost 6 adjournment notice which has been given since morning by the Congress member of parliament to take up the issue in the parliament of SIR, because they have been stating that this matter should go in BAC, and BAC should allot the time for the discussion on SIR, and the Bihar issue should be raised. And Tanisha, we very well know that opposition is politicizing this SIR issue just for the vote bank politics, as we very well know that there is a Bihar Assembly election is scheduled in November of this year. Back to you.
Harsha, stay with me. We're getting in some more breaking news that's coming in on day 3 of the monsoon session is all set to witness a political flashpoint of the opposition as they are going to raise the SIR issue in the parliament today. A protest march, meanwhile, is held from Makardwar to Vijay Chowk, like Harsha was just pointing out, and that has been planned for 10:30 a.m. Meanwhile, the Indie Bloc leaders will hold a key meeting at 10 a.m. to chalk out the flow strategy. Harsha continues to stay with me on the broadcast on that. Harsha, the protest is planned at 10:30. 10 a.m. is the meeting of the opposition to chalk out a floor strategy. Essentially, what floor strategy here are we talking about, Harsha? Because just yesterday, we saw how the parliament, both the houses of the parliament, in fact, were stalled nearly 2 minutes after it functioned. So there was no business hour, essentially. There were no fruitful talks that were held. So what is the floor strategy exactly that the opposition is going to hold their meetings upon when all they have to do is disrupt and cause chaos inside the parliament premises?
Yes, Tanisha, you rightly pointed out the parliament couldn't function yesterday also because there was back-to-back ruckus and chaos in the parliament by opposition. And the strategy, if we talk about yesterday, majorly they were speaking about the ex-vice president Jagdeep Dhankar's resignation and the issue of SIR. But today they are continuously raising this issue of SIR again. They are holding the strategy meeting. This huddle is going on because they want that this issue should not only go be only to Samajwadi Party, JDU, RJD or Congress. The issue should also be heard by the DMK party leaders, and DMK party leaders, TMC, they should also be along with RJD, Samajwadi Party and Congress in this protest of SIR. Back to you.
Right, Harsha. Thank you very much for getting us those details. We'll keep going back to you as and when there are updates on the story. The parliament session is all set to begin. The day 3 of the parliament session all set to begin in just nearly 1.5 hours from now. All eyes will be on that. For now, it's time for us to slip into a short break. But after the break, the details on the growing speculation over ex-vice president Jagdeep Dhankar's impeachment move leading to his resignation. Also, after the break, Election Commission to soon initiate process to hold the vice presidential elections very soon.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates: IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ, डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध, MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Thank you for staying with Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, the next story that we are getting to you is the story of 2-year-old Kaashvi. She is battling a spinal muscular atrophy type 2. The SMA type 2 is a rare genetic disorder that weakens a muscle, works slowly to degenerate critical functions, and eventually makes independent mobility completely impossible. This little toddler urgently needs a 16 crore rupee gene therapy to survive. Kaashvi's parents are turning to you as they continue to fight tirelessly for her life. They need help of every Indian. Donations and shares can make a difference in Kaashvi's fight for a chance at a normal life. This is her story. Spread the word, ladies and gentlemen. Contribute whatever you can, because every contribution certainly counts.
This is 2 years, 8-month-old Kaashvi.
और अच्छे से.
A bundle of joy, all heart, all laughter. She is full of color, full of life. She's learning, playing, making memories. A childhood just beginning to bloom. But sometimes behind the brightest smiles, there lies a quiet shadow of something devastating. Within months, her world could change. Her muscles may stop responding. Her breath could grow weaker. Her little body might slowly shut down. This is what her future could look like. She's just 2 years, 8 months old, a smile too bright, a heart so brave, and a mind very sharp. But what's chasing her is relentless. Spinal muscular atrophy, a rare degenerative neuromuscular disease. It slowly takes away the ability to move, eat, speak, and even breathe.
What exactly was her age when you found out about this genetic disorder that she has?
So she was like 2.7 years old. Like it was detected last month in 23rd of June. Yeah. So with 23rd of June, we came to know when the reports were out. So we went to a doctor, and then she said like this, she is suffering from SMA, and that is type 2.
Kaashvi is already fighting. Her muscles are growing weaker with every passing day.
Keshav, what are the symptoms that she is facing after she's discovered this genetic disorder? What are the kind of problems that she is going through after you found out that this is one of the disorder that she has?
Yeah, so luckily she didn't have any kind of, previously she used to have a lot, like she used to do coughing, and she used to catch cold and every time, like, so that was what she used to face previously. Right now, her symptoms is...
if she's sitting in a position, she will keep on sitting on that. She will request us that she wants to stand. She wants to play with other kids. So
yeah, she wants to say like, I need to stand, I need to walk. Okay, please help me to walk. Like those, like in her, these things she says like that.
She wants to do it, but her body is not supporting to do that.
Yeah.
But there is still a ray of hope. And it lies in one of the most advanced gene therapies in the world. It is called Zolgensma. Zolgensma replaces the faulty gene that causes SMA. A single infusion that treats the root of the disease, not just the symptoms. If given on time, this therapy can stop the disease before it causes irreversible damage. Children who received it early walked again, talked again, laughed again.
There are many doctors that you have consulted. What are they saying? What is the demand? What is the need that Kaashvi, what is the help actually that Kaashvi needs to get her childhood back?
I mean, what they are saying is we don't have any cure for this disease at this moment, but there is a preventive thing. So basically, like if we have there are two options only for her at this moment available in India. So one is Zolgensma, so that is on one.
भारत की अपनी दुकान इंडिया सोना अपने देश का सामान इंडिया सोना इंडिया सोना इंडिया सोना MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल ये रंग दे ये खुशबू दे ये तीखा ये कम पड़े क्या निराला MDH मसाला केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ, डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Viewers, top headlines as per sources. Election Commission to soon initiate process to hold vice presidential poll soon. Opposition to raise special intensive revision in electoral rules in Bihar. Indi leaders to stage protest at 10:30 a.m. Akhilesh Yadav holds party meeting in Parliament, Mosque with party MPs, BJP leaders to stage protest today. Racial attack on India, all the Indians in Australia. One Indian has been attacked. Indian attacked by 5 men wielding metal knuckles and sharp objects. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri says India-UK free trade agreement talks are near completion. Last minute work underway. Final details of the deal will be out soon.
Wars between India and Pakistan, the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda, that was going on for 30 years. And by the way, India-Pakistan was probably going to end up in a nuclear war if they kept.
And Donald Trump once again takes credit for India-Pakistan ceasefire and says he brokered India-Pakistan peace. And viewers, breaking news coming in. Indian attacked in Australia, viewers. That is right. Racist attack coming in against an Indian. And remember, there was one more similar incident reported in Ireland as well. 2 racial attacks on Indians in 2 different countries. In Australia, Indian international Charanpreet Singh was reportedly attacked by a group of 5 men wielding metal knuckles or sharp objects. One man has been arrested while police continue searching for the others. CCTV footage is being reviewed and authorities urge anyone with information to come forward. Meanwhile, in Ireland, the Indian man was attacked by a racist gang in Ireland. That is right, viewers. 2 updates coming in on your screen. Left-hand side and right-hand side. On the left-hand side, you can see the Indian who's been attacked in Australia. And right now, the Australian authorities and the police there are investigating the case. On the right-hand side, you can see one more Indian was attacked in Ireland. These are 2 back-to-back updates coming in terms of the racial slurs and attacks against Indians. The man on the right hand is an Indian man who was attacked by a racist gang in Ireland. This is the Indian man in his 40s, was hospitalized following racial violence. As per locals, a victim had arrived in Ireland a few weeks ago when he was targeted. Investigation is underway in both the cases right now, viewers. Now, you can see those pictures coming in on 2 screens, left and right. On the left-hand screen, you can see the Indian student who was hospitalized after the racist attack. This is a racist attack against this Indian in Australia's Adelaide. You can see how brutally this Indian student has been attacked. 1 person has been arrested in this case coming in from Australia. It's a shocking video of the assault that you see on your screens. It's very disturbing. On the right hand of your screen, you can see that this Indian man was attacked in Ireland. This Indian man was stripped, assaulted in Ireland. In fact, this crime in Ireland was so shocking that it has sparked a big debate on racism. 2 updates coming in right now, viewers, where we see the shocking incidents of attacks on Indians. Latest coming in is from Australia. This is an Indian student who had to be hospitalized following a brutal and allegedly racially motivated attack in central Adelaide. The victim is a 23-year-old student, Charanpreet Singh. You can see those pictures of him at the hospital where he has suffered a lot of physical assault. You can see that there are fractures and he's extremely in a terrible shape. He was in Adelaide when he was attacked and he was ambushed by a group of 5 men. This is a social media footage and the footage which is doing the rounds where you can see that these 5 men are using metal knuckles. They're using sharp objects to attack this Indian man. Shocking video has surfaced of this attack. This Indian student, Charanpreet Singh, brutally attacked in Adelaide by 5 men shouting racial slurs. On the right hand, the Indian attacked in Ireland. Okay, let's go straight across to my colleague who's joining us. We have with us Aishwarya, who's joining us right now. Aishwarya, both the incidents have sparked outrage where it's very obvious that, Aishwarya, that these kind of attacks on Indians have not just been seen in Australia and Ireland. We have seen these attacks in other places as well. And it really begs the question that why are Indians being attacked? Why are these crimes being allowed? Why should Indians who have gone there to study, who spent so much of money to update themselves when it comes to education for a better life, be subjected to racism?
Absolutely. And this is not the first time, Shivangi, that these incidents have come to the fore. Even in the last year, we saw several incidents like these where there were some racist slurs that were borne really by the Indian students there. And this is again a fresh incident that has again raised these similar, problems and raised issues that are there, especially when it comes to Australia. And talking about this particular incident there, this student Charanpreet Singh, he's just 23 years of age. He was hospitalized. There was a violent attack and racially motivated attack. So what he was just going with his wife, and he wanted to see the light display where the incident occurred. And he just parked his car, and these group of 5 men then approached them, and the couple was allegedly ambushed. And reports say that the attackers were armed with metal knuckles and sharp objects, and they launched the assault without any warning. Even the eyewitnesses' accounts and the video footage are that now circulating in the social media, as we can see in those visuals, and they are showing that these assailants after this assault, they exited another vehicle, and they started striking him violently. And they also hurled racial slurs towards them. And he was talking about they were, calling them names, not just them, but all Indians. That is the word that they used. And then they fled the scene. So these incidents are clearly pointing to a very, very difficult issues that students in Australia are facing. And this not being the first time, that has been happening over and over again.
That is right, Aishwarya. Thank you for those details. I will be coming back to you as we see these pictures, which are very disturbing, of Indians being attacked in Australia. And one more Indian was attacked in Ireland. The investigation is continuing in this case. All right, getting you some back to what's coming in right now, viewers on Republic TV, where we are learning that this is regarding that AI video. Obama breaks silence on Trump's AI video and treason claims and reacts on calls of Donald Trump for him to be prosecuted by rejecting his successor's accusations that he tried to engineer a coup following Trump's 2016 election victory by manufacturing evidence of Russian interference. He says that Trump's coup charge is a distraction. Now, remember that all this started, viewers, when Donald Trump had attacked Barack Obama by posting this AI video. It was an AI-generated video of the FBI arresting the former president in the Oval Office, and the video was posted on Truth Social. After that, Obama definitely going ahead denying those claims of the fake video that was posted by Donald Trump. He has reacted on calls of Donald Trump for him to be prosecuted, rejecting his successor's accusations that he tried to engineer a coup. Okay, let's go straight across to the next update we're getting for our viewers right now. We're coming to know some breaking news coming in. Jammu and Kashmir CM Umar Abdullah says Congress never sought support from NC on this issue of restoring Jammu and Kashmir. That is right. He says there's no discussion whatsoever between the Congress and NC regarding statehood demand. He also said that Congress did not even raise the statehood issue during the recent India bloc meeting. That is right. Back to where it's coming in right now, viewers, on Republic TV, where we are seeing that Umar Abdullah is speaking once again on the statehood issue and has said that Congress never sought support on the statehood matter. That is right. Now, this is coming in as Jammu and Kashmir CM has slammed Congress for solo statehood stir. Congress has launched a campaign for the restoration of Jammu and Kashmir statehood. starting with a recent letter from the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, and party president Kharge, urging PM Modi not to delay it any further. But they're saying that no discussion has happened between NC and Congress on this issue. So let's go ahead and play out exactly what the CM Omar Abdullah had to say. It's a big statement coming in. Let's go ahead and play it out.
पिछले दिनों इंडिया ब्लॉक की मीटिंग हुई, उसमें भी जिक्र किया कर देते तो हम क्यों पीछे हटते ना। अब सबसे पहले तो हमने ये बेड़ा उठाया है, कैबिनेट में रेजोल्यूशन हमने पास कराया, असेंबली में रेजोल्यूशन हमने लाया। वो दूसरी बात है कि वहाँ हालात की वजह से उस रेजोल्यूशन पे बहस नहीं हो पाई, लेकिन ये बेड़ा हमने उठाया है। अब इतने दिनों के बाद उनको एहतजाज करना याद आया, बड़ी अच्छी बात है, लेकिन अगर उनको हमारा इसमें सपोर्ट चाहिए, हमारी मदद चाहिए, तो हमसे बात करें, हमारे साथी भी इसमें शामिल होंगे।
All right, let's go across to my colleague who's joining us right now. We have with us Zina joining us live. Zina, what we see is that CM Omar Abdullah is very unhappy with Congress for deciding to go solo to push for the restoration of statehood, claiming that, in fact, the Congress has not even discussed the issue of statehood with NC, and that is not looking too well, especially given the fact that Omar Abdullah has made it very clear that some issues have to be discussed with the Congress on important topics related to Jammu and Kashmir.
See, here again we are seeing the Congress, the Omar Abdullah is taking dig at the Congress as far as the statehood-related protests are concerned. We have seen the protests in the Kashmir as well as in Jammu. We have seen the protests that Parliament Gero in Delhi, but now the Congress is out on road looking for the restoration of the statehood. In fact, they have been demanding that the Prime Minister should introduce a bill in this session of the Parliament for the restoration of statehood. But again, the alliance partners in the Jammu and Kashmir, we are seeing they are at loggerhead because the NC Vice President and the sitting Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Omar Abdullah, says that the Congress never discussed. In fact, recently there was an India bloc meeting also where the Congress did not even talk about the restoration of the statehood. In fact, Omar claims that they were the one who brought resolution as far as the restoration of the Jammu and Kashmir statehood concerned. There was no discussion because of certain reasons. Omar also said that this time debate of statehood cannot be initiated, seeing the situation in Jammu and Kashmir after the Pahalgam attack. But now Congress is again doing the politics on the statehood. They have not been the part of the Omar's government. I mean, they have not taken any portfolio so far, but because the Congress have been saying that once the statehood is restored, then only the portfolio discussion will come in power. But at now, the Omar Abdullah is clearly saying that Omar is getting to know about the protests coming from the parliament through the media, through the newspapers and the channels, when the alliance partners have never never discussed this before the sitting government, before the national conference, and never sought the help from the national conference when it comes restoration of the statehood. And Omar is making a big claim that recently there was an India bloc meeting where the Congress did not even touch the statehood issue. So why the Congress is doing it is only for gaining the media headlines to show that they are pushing for the restoration of statehood, or it is something beyond that, because we have seen the protests just outside the parliament where they've been demanding at it. There we have seen the videos on the social media where they've been traveling in train and demanding the statehood, but the national conference has clearly indicated that the no talks with national conference by Congress when it comes to the restoration of the statehood.
Definitely the alliance partners there, the ANC and the Congress do not seem to be on the same page on the issue of statehood. There, Zina, I'll be coming back to you for more on the story. I really have to move ahead to some of the other breaking news we're getting here as we are waiting for the day 3 of the Parliament monsoon session. Akhilesh Yadav, Parliament, a Mosque BJP protest in Parliament today over mosque politics. Big update coming in right now, viewers. And the BJP will be holding a protest in the Parliament over mosque politics. Remember, the BJP has said again and again that Akhilesh Yadav is participating in mosque politics. This is coming in the backdrop of those pictures that you see on your screen, viewers. And on the screen, you see Akhilesh hold that meet in Parliament Mosque. Okay, let's go straight across to Harsha who's joining us right now. Harsha, like we said that we've always seen that there have been so many allegations against Akhilesh Yadav for using mosques and the Waqf issue as a political point. And they say that Akhilesh Yadav is playing politics over mosque. The BJP will also be going ahead and holding a protest over what they say is Akhilesh Yadav's mosque politics.
You rightly pointed out, Shivangi, because this mosque politics have now geared up in the parliament and outside the parliament as well. Akhilesh Yadav yesterday, after the Lok Sabha adjourned and the Rajya Sabha adjourned, Akhilesh Yadav along with the party MPs of both the houses went straight to the parliament mosque. A party meeting was conducted there almost for 40 minutes, and after that this issue has been taken up by the BJP leaders. The BJP Muslim Manch wing will now be visiting today at Parliament Mosque and will be meeting the mosque holders to seek a permission today for the protest on Friday. What we have got to know, the update is that the BJP will not be holding the protest today. It will be holding the protest on Friday, which is because Friday there's a Jummeh ki namaz which happens on Friday, and that is the reason, that is the day where the BJP will be holding a protest march. But today Jamaat Siddiqui will be visiting Parliament Mosque just to seek the permission. But yes, inside the Parliament also now BJP anger is rift, and also BJP is continuously stating that this issue becomes very important because ahead of the Bihar election, Samajwadi Party has been gearing into the politics of the vote, and that is the reason they went and visited the mosque. Mosque is not a place to do the party meeting, and Akhilesh Yadav along with the party MPs especially went to the Parliament Mosque to conduct a party politics, and this is the reason why BJP will now take up this issue both inside and outside the house. Back to you.
That is right, Harsha. Hold on. We're getting some more breaking updates coming in because the opposition is meeting in the parliament before the day 3 of the parliament session kicks off. And this is the strategy meet of the opposition and the Congress, where they will once again decide what to do. But we do know that they planned once again to hold a protest. Yesterday they held a protest at Makardwar and creating ruckus, where as soon as the parliament session had started yesterday, we saw that both houses of the parliament had to be adjourned. Within minutes, once again, the opposition key meet underway in the parliament. And I want to go back to Harsha, who's joining us right now. Harsha, we have seen so much of ruckus already. And in fact, we saw that Kiren Rijiju had made it very clear, and PM Modi as well, that we expect the opposition to cooperate because there are many important debates and discussions which have to be held in this monsoon session. But what are they planning now, given the fact they created huge chaos yesterday?
So, Shivangi, every parliament session, the situation and scenario for the opposition party is same. Every parliament session, before the parliament session begins, there's an all-party meeting where the ruling party tells the opposition to cooperate and let the house run smoothly. But this time also, since the monsoon session commenced from day 1 to the 3rd day till now, there has been continuously ruckus from the side of opposition party. And the key huddle meeting right now is underway in the CPP chamber inside the parliament. And also, this meeting is to decide a key strategy because Congress doesn't want that the opposition parties should not unite. They want that on the issue of SIR, on the issue of electoral rolls of the ECI, all the opposition parties should be together. Be it Congress, Samajwadi Party, RJD, DMK, TMC. There should not be a single party which should give the statements which doesn't align with the opposition politics, and that is the reason the key huddle strategy meeting is underway right now. And today a protest march will also be held inside the parliament, and a march from inside the parliament to Vijay by opposition leaders. Mostly opposition leaders will be wearing black band on their wrist to showcase the symbolic protest. Back to you.
Okay, that is right. Thank you for those details, Harsha, because it is definitely date 3 of the Parliament monsoon session. It'll kick off in just a short while from now. I'll be coming back to you for more. Let's go ahead to our next segment, Bharat in 1 minute, and see what else is happening.
Bharat 1 Minute brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Sawan Shivratri today, Haridwar is witnessing a massive turnout of Kanwar pilgrims, with over 8 million devotees having collected Ganga water in the lead up to the festival. Security has been heightened with SDRF teams, CCTV surveillance and traffic management in place. While minor clashes over route restrictions led to 2 arrests, the Yatra remained largely peaceful. The Delhi government has extended its electric vehicle policy until March 31st, 2026 to ensure continuity while it finalizes a new EV policy 2.0. The extension allows time for wider public consultation and review of key areas like charging infrastructure, subsidies, battery recycling. Authorities aim to strengthen EV adoption with measures such as fast chargers every 5 kilometers and dedicated EV corridors. UP's Bulandshahr district police arrested a murder accused Kuldeep following an encounter on Wednesday. Kuldeep was wanted for the brutal killing of a 16-year-old boy, and a reward of rupees 25,000 had been announced for his capture. The arrest took place during a routine police check where the accused was apprehended after a brief exchange of fire. Much coming up, as for sources, Election Commission to soon initiate process to hold vice presidential poll soon. Opposition to raise special intensive revision in electoral rules in Bihar. Indi leaders to stage protests at 10:30 a.m. Stay tuned, viewers. We're live in breaking.
इस साल का जो प्रॉफिट है इंटरेस्ट पे डाल देंगे। हर महीने ब्याज का पैसा आता रहेगा। अगर रेगुलर इनकम ही चाहिए तो आप वो पैसे फिक्स्ड इनकम फंड्स में डाल दो। वो क्या होता है? फिक्स्ड इनकम म्यूचुअल फंड्स चुने हुए ब्याज देने वाली कंपनी बॉन्ड्स, गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स और मनी मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं। सिस्टमैटिक विथड्रॉवल प्लान से आपको ऑन द डॉट फिक्स्ड अमाउंट भी आता रहेगा। म्यूचुअल फंड में फिक्स्ड इनकम वाली बात सही है।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a story of 2-year-old Kaashvi who is battling spinal muscular atrophy type 2. This is a rare genetic disorder that weakens muscles, works slowly to degenerate critical functions and eventually makes independent mobility impossible. This little toddler urgently needs 16 crore rupees gene therapy to survive. Kaashvi's parents are turning to you as they continue to fight tirelessly for her life. They need help of every Indian. Donations and shares can make a difference, viewers, in Kaashvi's fight for a chance at a normal life. This is her story. Spread the word, contribute whatever you can. Every contribution counts.
This is 2 years, 8-month-old Kaashvi.
और अच्छे से.
A bundle of joy, all heart, all laughter. She is full of color, full of life. She's learning, playing, making memories. A childhood just beginning to bloom. But sometimes behind the brightest smiles, there lies a quiet shadow of something devastating. Within months, her world could change. Her muscles may stop responding. Her breath could grow weaker. Her little body might slowly shut down. This is what her future could look like. She's just 2 years, 8 months old, a smile too bright, a heart so brave, and a mind very sharp. But what's chasing her is relentless. Spinal muscular atrophy, a rare degenerative neuromuscular disease. It slowly takes away the ability to move, eat, speak, and even breathe.
What exactly was her age when you found out about this genetic disorder that she has?
So she was like 2.7 years old. Like it was detected last month in 23rd of June. Yeah, so with 23rd of June we came to know when the reports were out. So we went to a doctor and then she said like this, she is suffering from SMA and that is type 2.
Kaashvi is already fighting. Her muscles are growing weaker with every passing day.
Keshav, what are the symptoms that she is facing after she is discovered this genetic disorder? What are the kind of problems that she is going through after you found out that this is one of the disorder that she has?
Yeah, so luckily she didn't have any kind of, previously she used to have a lot, like she used to do coughing and she used to catch cold and every time like, so that was what she used to face previously. Right now, her symptoms is...
if she's sitting in a position, she will keep on sitting on that. She will request us that she wants to stand. She wants to play with other kids. So
yeah, she wants to say like, I need to stand, I need to walk. Okay, please help me to walk. Like those, like in her, these things she says like that.
She wants to do it, but her body is not supporting to do that.
Yeah.
But there is still a ray of hope. And it lies in one of the most advanced gene therapies in the world. It is called Zolgensma. Zolgensma replaces the faulty gene that causes SMA. A single infusion that treats the root of the disease, not just the symptoms. If given on time, this therapy can stop the disease before it causes irreversible damage. Children who received it early walked again, talked again, laughed again.
There are many doctors that you have consulted. What are they saying? What is the demand? What is the need that Kaashvi, what is the help actually that Kaashvi needs to get her childhood back?
What they are saying is we don't have any cure for this disease at this moment, but there is a preventive thing. So basically, like if we have there are two options only for her at this moment available in India. So one is Zolgensma, so that is a one-time gene therapy, and it costs around 16 CR at this moment. It includes shipping and all these things, customs and all,
tax, everything included.
Kaashvi deserves hers too. But time is running out. Zolgensma costs rupees 16 crore. And it must be given before Kaashvi turns 3. That's just 4 months away. She's fighting. But she can't do it alone.
We never thought that we have to do something like that. Like, we contribute in Milap and everything.
I was thinking in that way, like why us, why me? So I thought like maybe like we can do things for her. So that's why she came to us. So I was thinking in that way also. Yeah, but it's tough.
You can help Kaashvi win. You can help her walk. You can help her breathe, live and dream again. Scan to donate. Every second matters. Every rupee counts. So do your bit now.
Sources say Election Commission to soon initiate process to hold vice presidential polls soon. Opposition to raise a special intensive revision electoral rolls in Bihar. India leaders to stage a protest at 10:30 a.m. Akhilesh Yadav holds party meeting in Parliament Mosque with the party MPs. BJP leaders to stage protest today. Racial attack on Indian in Australia. Indian attacked by 5 men wielding metal knuckles and sharp objects.
Conversation on the 6th of May between the Prime Minister and the Prime Minister of the UK, where an announcement had been made that the two sides had concluded negotiations on a free trade agreement. The final details related to this at the appropriate time.
Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri says India-UK free trade agreement talks near completion. Last-minute work underway. Final details of the deal to be out soon.
We have stopped wars between India and Pakistan. The